Hi guys, PCMG here, and I have recently bought this €600 motherboard from MSI, and it is the Msi X570 Godlike. I actually have already put it in my rig, and this is how I did it. Before the video starts, I just want to clarify that I only noticed that the audio was kind of weird in editing, so it's gonna sound a bit compressed for most of the video. I'm really sorry for that, and I'm gonna fix it in the next video. There is a list of things that we will check out. First of all, the looks of the absolutely huge motherboard in this case. And then we're going to check out the performance of the OC. I overclocked my Ryzen 5 2600X in there to 4.01 GHz with the X370 platform. We are going to take a look on the temperatures that this in fact actively cooled motherboard has. We're going to test the OLED screen that is on here, and of course the RGB capability of this. I have my PSU right here that uses ARGB with a little adapter I couldn't use with this motherboard, and I had the same problem with my AIO, so let's get right into it. The packaging of the motherboard opens in two ways. First of which is this little door which shows us directly the motherboard inside and some background info. When we actually open it up the right way, we get two packagings. One, the motherboard itself, and two, the accessories. I already opened up the accessories, so I could check out what is inside and prepare this video. We actually get a package of all kinds of cables, included 6 custom SATA cables, one of these manual / posters, the M.2 expander V Gen 4, a quick installation manual for different cooling solutions, the user guide, a thank you card from MSI, obviously, some SATA cable labels, what the fuck is that? A case badge, a driver DVD, and some advertisement along with the 10 gigabit Ethernet adapter. But let's lay all of that aside for a second and get to the real star in here, and the motherboard itself. I already peeled off the protections for the RGB mirrors and the OLED screen on the side here, along with the cover for the fan. But aside that, the motherboard has a reset and power button with this overclocking, automatic overclocking selection wheel thingy I probably shouldn't touch. It has two 8-pin CPU power connectors, one 24-pin 6 SATA ports, two USB 3.0, one 3.1 USB-C, two USB 2.0 headers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 or 10 fan headers, 3 M.2 slots, 5 if we count in the NVMe PCIe 4.0 adapter. It has one mechanical PCIe 4.0 X16 slot and 3 mechanical X8 slots, I believe. We also get this Wi-Fi antenna, which I believe is Wi-Fi 6 compatible. Like I said, 6 custom SATA cables, some RGB cables, and some cables I actually don't know what they do. Now it's time for me to disassemble all of this and put the new board in. So after one dying camera and a lot of cable management, we're gonna boot it up for the first time now. That actually looks insane and feels insane. I'm gonna shut it down again and put it to my setup, and we're gonna set everything up from storage to, I don't know, everything I can think of. Here I am 1 day later, and I solved most of the problems I encountered while setting up the PC. The problems I encountered were quite a lot. For example, my NVMe SSD with my copy of Windows installed was not showing up in the BIOS in the boot section even after I updated the BIOS. Occasional VGA errors are occurring, seemingly random.
This error actually isn't related to the motherboard at all. After about 1 month of using this motherboard, I discovered that this actually was some kind of hardware error from my GPU. So that's why my RTX 2080 Super is in an RMA process at the moment.
I can't and couldn't select my NVMe SSD as a boot device under the boot section in the BIOS. I had to go into the save and quit kind of menu and select the boot override for the SSD, and had to wipe the SSD and reinstall Windows completely. So make sure if you buy the motherboard and encounter the same problems, have a backup of your boot drive. Now the pros. With my current motherboard, the ROG X570 Pro 4, I couldn't use all 5 of my hard drives because after one hard drive died about 1 year ago, the SATA ports on it slowly started dying off. So with the new motherboard, I can use all 11.2 terabytes of storage. Higher overclocks are of course possible. I can use my XMP profile now for my RAM, which is 3000 MHz. All RGB is usable and configurable now, because I now have all the RGB headers I need. I also can choose now whether I like to use my sound system or my headset via software, because the Godlike has 2 audio outputs, Um, the Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth compatible antenna works great. The motherboard also includes 2 optional temperature sensors.
In terms of overclocking, I went from 2133 MHz on the X370 platform to 3000 MHz on the X570 platform on my RAM, and from 4.01 GHz on my CPU to 4.15 GHz. So it's a huge improvement over the X370 platform. As you can see, I can finally use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.2. I can use 11.2 terabytes of storage in this configuration. You can also see that I am using an 256 gigabyte Sata SSD as a cache for my video editing drive. That was only possible thanks to the X570 chipset, because StoreMy does not support the ROG X370 Pro 4 yet. Also, at the moment you can only use one StoreMy drive, because you can see here I can't choose more hard drives for the StoreMy setup. All in all, I think this is a great motherboard, and I absolutely recommend this motherboard. In the background you can see the lighting effects that I have set, and yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching, and I hope I can make another video soon. If you have any questions or anything else, let me know in the comments, and as always, see you in the next one.